we're not. Yes, it's Monday morning and we are live. Welcome to YouTube and welcome to the first Monday morning live of Advent. Never before did we think we would still be sitting here live at Advent. We sat here Easter live and now it's Advent. Who can believe we're still here? But thank you for joining us this morning. I'm just going to bring in the team, if I can find everybody. Okay, everybody, you are now live on screen. I'm just going to move myself to get myself right with that camera. So, as always, we've got to my left is Lisa. Lisa, good morning, give us a wave. Below me, we've got Sophie. Sophie, give us a wave. And the one with the big headphones and the hat on, because he didn't do his hair this morning, is Tom at the far left there. Good morning all. How are we all? We doing well? That's the good old Zoom nod, isn't it? Everybody just nods on Zoom nowadays. So, how have we got to Advent? I really don't know. Sophie, would you just like to introduce for us our first video, if that's all right?
Out by Mr. Taylor. We use these all the time. We recommend them for schools and everything, and it's going to explain what Advent is in 2 minutes. It's a great one to watch.
Okay, so Sophie, just tell us a quick bit about that video.
Yeah, so I think it's really great to always have a reminder that Advent is not just about buying Christmas presents and decorations, although I have already done all of those things. But it's about preparing ourselves for Christmas in a deeper sense. It's about preparing our hearts, like the phrase, joyful expectation. We're waiting for something, but we have the opportunity to balance. Joyful and share love and hope and peace and all of those words that we hear about at this time of year. I think it's just a great reminder for us.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think what's going to be interesting is next week. Like when all these shops suddenly open, is it going to go crazy? We just don't know. So, what the team don't know is that each one of them have currently got a word associated with Advent. Okay. And it's attached to their pictures live on screen at the minute. Now they can't see it. I could have used any words we liked, okay? But going to see if we can get them to guess what the words are, okay? So I'm going to start with the easy one, okay? Tom, you've probably got the easiest one, okay? So, are you ready?
Okay, so how many two guesses?
Oh, Tom. That was the easy one.
Oh my gosh.
What's the sign? What's the sign? Come on, Tom. What room are we here? I know it's early.
Is that the peace sign?
Yeah, well done, Tom. Well done.
Okay.
I'll pretend that you knew that was.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I was joking.
Lisa.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I'm going to come back to you, Lisa, in a minute.
Okay.
Sophie. Happiness.
Joy.
Well done. Okay. So, Lisa, this one's a bit harder to say without actually saying the word. Okay.
Is it hope?
Oh. I never even got a chance to describe it. Well done, Lisa. It is hope. And I have got love. Okay? So what we're just going to do, just for a very brief moment, I'm going to ask each one of us to share now what that word might mean to us in our life. Okay? So I'm going to start. And I've got love. It's just here. Now, for me, love has changed massively in the last few weeks. I feel like I'm doing it to death at the minute. But if you've been tuned in to our YouTube channel recently, you'll know that my life has considerably changed at the minute. And this little one has suddenly arrived into our world. And you can see with the bags under the eyes that we were up most of the night last night. But this little one has shown me what love really means. And what it means to love a little person. And I just think for me, in Advent, love is so important. And that we actually are able to share that love with other people. Who would like to go next? Any volunteers?
I'll go next.
Go on then, Lisa. Take it away.
Right. So in terms of hope, I think that's been very helpful for me during this whole pandemic. Because it's really the only thing that's gotten me through, I think, because you just are living in hope that things will get better and that things will go back to normal. And every time we've gone through a lockdown, it's the idea that, okay, at some point in time, I'm hoping that things will be better and that we'll be able to kind of carry on where we left off. And it's just been really helpful to have hope during this time. So that's my 2-minute little thing on hope.
I'm not sure we could have got through the last few months without some element of hope. Be that a little treat coming through the door or would it be? I just don't think we could have done. Thank you, Lisa.
Yep.
Sophie, Tom, who's going next?
Oh, I can go next.
Go.
I think it's interesting that you use the word happiness, Sandy, because for me, joy is not happiness. It's something similar but different. You know, joy is like, it's a lot deeper than happiness. Happiness might be like you say when something comes through the door, that brings me happiness. All of our 3 things arrived yesterday, and my husband was not happy. He had to answer the door many times, but that gave me some happiness. Look at Lisa, like, boy, even though this year has been really difficult and it's going to be a very different Advent, we can still find moments of joy, and something that like doesn't just pass in 10 seconds, it's like a lot deeper than joy. And we can find a lot in Advent because there's lots of like family traditions that we can still do. I really enjoy just like having a cup of tea and watching a Christmas film. That might bring me some joy, and also like the joy of Jesus and Him coming into our lives is like a lot deeper than 2 minutes of happiness. It's something lasting that we can all transfer on.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Tom, what about yourself then?
Yeah, definitely. I think, everyone can really look at the past couple of months and say it's been maybe not the most peaceful time, but there's definitely been peace that has come from it, whether that's in lockdown when you had time for yourself, or maybe there's peace in others, maybe finally doing that meetup with, going on a walk with someone. There's definitely been times of peace and grace, really. And I think the fact that now we're going into Advent and everything, and we're looking into Jesus coming and Jesus' birthday, it's exciting, but we also need to be peaceful, relax, and just be expectant for what's coming up, really.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think also, I don't know about you, but in our household, it wasn't always peace. There were sometimes the exact opposite of peace, whatever that is. Right, okay, so, Tom, I've got a bit of a challenge for you.
Let's have it.
Okay.
Let's have it.
Now, I'm going to give you a minute. Okay, you've got 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to set the clock. Okay, but I won't start it until I've told you what you're going to have to do. Okay, Tom, I want you to find me an object in your house that represents each one of those 4 words: hope, joy, peace, and love. Okay?
A minute.
So you've got a minute. Would you like a little bit more?
Maybe, if that's okay.
Okay, tell you what, I'll give you 2 minutes then. Okay?
Okay.
So you've got to find
Right.
an object that represents hope, a representative of love, peace, and joy.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
You can be
Right.
creative, Tom. Don't worry, you can be creative.
Right, okay.
Tom did have a choice of me telling him this challenge beforehand. Tom said no, he was going to go for it. So, Tom, are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Go.
Okay, right.
So, while Tom's doing that, while he goes and runs around his house, Lisa and Sophie, this is the start of a new year for us, isn't it? This is the start of the new church year. And before I asked Sophie to do a bit of research into 2020, Sophie, you were asked to sort of look at some of the Bible passages that might have 2020 in them. What did you find?
I was really hoping it was going to be something profound, but it's really random. Like, who would have thought that if you just typed in 2020 into Bible Gateway, it just brought up loads of random things. But I do have a list here. There are only 17 verses in the Bible that are 2020. So that's interesting, less than I thought there was going to be. And yeah, nothing that's special in particular. So Matthew 2020 is when the mother of the sons of Zebedee asks Jesus if they can sit by his right hand. And John Breen says, you have to drink the same cup that I drink and be baptized in the same way that I will be baptized. Like, I like that verse. It's a bit of a wake-up call that if we want to follow Jesus, then we have to take it all, not just the good. So that seems quite relevant. And John 2020 is that Jesus appears to his disciples and shows them his hands and his feet so that they know it's Jesus and they recognize him. So very different to the story that we're picking up in Advent. But yeah, nothing particular comes out of them. I was disappointed, but never disappointed in the word of God.
But what's also incredible, I love this whole thing that you got the Bible right, and I think it's important to point out when we say 2020, we mean the book and the verse 2020. But I think also as time goes on, that's getting less. I've done. Tom, your time's up.
Okay, right. I think.
Just give
I think
us a minute.
I'm ready.
Don't tell us too much just yet. We'll come back to you in 1 second. But I've done many reflections based on the year 2019. But actually, as we come on, there's less and less of the books of the Bible, and there's less and less verses that actually go beyond 20, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, think about, I initially typed in Mark. I don't know how that's going to go to, and then I remembered that it only has 16 chapters, well-known fact. So that one was straight out. But the Bible books are shorter than you think.
Yep. And
I'm just
I think
looking at my list now to see if there's anything else profound.
we'll give you a second. I think, Lisa, you might agree that we're kind of all looking forward to 2021.
Oh my gosh, without a doubt.
I think it'll be good.
Goodbye to 2020 for sure.
And I mean, it's hard to believe that we spent most of 2020 in lockdown. I mean, we last worked together in the beginning of March. That was a long, long time ago. Yes, okay, we've been working together on Zoom and whatever it be, but actually to work together, and I think we will definitely be looking forward to 2021 coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sophie, any other profound moments in that?
No.
No. Okay.
Like you say, it's getting harder and harder to find them when we Google search the year.
So, okay, Tom, let's see what you got then. So let's start with Lisa's word, which was hope. What object have you got for hope, Tom?
Okay. I've got quite. To be honest, some of these are quite weird, but first one.
Abstract, we'll call it. Abstract.
For hope, I have a Christmas tree. You know. So the reason I've got hope for this is because I know we're going to be going into a very weird Christmas this year, but I hope that considering the circumstances, we'll all be fine. We'll all have our fun in whatever way that is, whatever the way that looks like.
I
So my
just
hope
love the
is that
fact
we
you've
all.
already got your Christmas tree up, Tom.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We have to do it. We have to do it.
Our Christmas
We're
tree's
one
not
of
even been
them.
delivered yet.
We have
Okay.
garden centre across the road, so we're nice and solid.
Right, so what about love then?
Okay, this is a bit of a weird one. Now, this is a steak. Now, let me tell you, I did not buy this steak. My friend bought me this steak for me. So I thought that was a prime type of love, showing love.
Is it
Fine,
like
my
a
favourite kind of
premium
steak.
steak as well, Tom? It's not even like a cheap
Oh yeah,
is
it's
it?
a Wagyu rump steak. So very lucky, very nice.
Very impressed. Very impressed. Okay, what about joy then?
Joy. Okay, I've got some whey protein. Luckily, we've been left throughout lockdown to have my friend's gym open, so it's been some time. It's given us joy through lockdown because we've been able to still go to the gym and exercise, which is very important. I feel like so that gives me joy. So I've got that because that, I guess.
And finally, what about peace then?
Peace. I've got a bonsai tree because all my plants help chill me out when, they're really good for your mental health. So, I've got quite a few plants and they give me peace of mind and relax me. So, yeah.
Good. Well done, Tom. I'm impressed. And it took 2 minutes. Maybe 1 minute was a bit too unfair to make you do
I think
it
so.
more.
I think so.
So maybe next week you'll be ready for another challenge, Tom. We'll see what we can
Let's
get
have it.
creative on that one.
That was too easy.
So we're going to go to a second video now. Now I'm not convinced this one's going to work, but we'll try and see what happens. If the Monday Morning Live logo starts again, then it's not worked, but we'll see what happens. Sophie, what's this video?
Okay, so we're gonna listen to a song now. Am I right? It's a song. We're just gonna say.
Skit guys.
Oh no! So we are going to not listen to a song.
No, we're
We're
not.
gonna
No.
watch, some videos that we found by the Skit Guys, and these are really great. They're just little short videos, and they explain the different words that we've been talking about. Now, this one is all about Christ, who obviously we are waiting for at Christmas. And I think these videos are really appropriate for this year. They weren't made for 2020, but I think it's just really nice how things sometimes fall into place. So, like Tom talking about peace, maybe just take a moment, take a deep breath, chill for a second, and read the words that are coming up on your screen now.
Fingers crossed. That didn't work. So give me 2 seconds, Sophie. Give us some ad lib at the minute and see what happens. Whilst I've made a mess of everything. Sorry, that was crack on. So just talk amongst yourselves for a minute whilst I see if we can get this one working.
So I have to say that about your Christmas decorations, I even went as far as decorating my desk this year. So we've gone like all out because we only live in a little 2-bed flat. And we've got quite a lot of second-hand decorations. So our front room is like Christmas decoration at saturation point. There's not a surface that is not covered in Christmas decorations. Like some of them spilt into my makeshift office as well. So Lisa, have you got your decorations up yet?
None.
None?
Not one thing, no, unfortunately.
I think that,
hopefully at some point soon, yes.
yeah, I think the only one I can manage to get off is I have some little Christmas hats.
Oh, nice.
Around my computer screen, but
well, it's just hard to go out to the shops to buy anything because everything is closed, really. So I'm kind of starting from scratch in terms of decorations. So I'm just waiting for lockdown to finish so I can go shopping. Apparently, the PM has said that some shops will be allowed to stay open 24/7
I
shoppers,
certainly won't go
shoppers
into Primark
paradise.
at 3 o'clock in the morning, so other people might want to, but I will be in my pajamas by 9 o'clock.
So the video's not going to work for some reason. It won't go into the broadcast. So Sophie, just give us a sort of flavour of what that one was about. I know we're going to use some of these over the coming weeks, aren't we?
Yeah, so it was just about different ways that we can bring Christ into our Advent. I know that we are waiting for the birth of Christ, but we need to remember that Jesus is already with us now. It's not like he's disappeared for Advent and then is coming back at Christmas. Just about different ways that we can bring Christ into our Advent. Things like giving a family or friend a phone call, checking on them, or helping somebody out. I know at the moment it's hard, but helping them get some shopping in, or just waving at them through the window. Just little ways that we can bring Christ into our lives in a bit of darkness, really. Like the nights are getting darker earlier, so it's like literal darkness. Also, a lot of people are in some spiritual darkness at the moment. So how can we be Christ to them?
And I think as well, it's important that Advent is a time of hope. And I think that's, I suppose it's a time of hope, joy, peace and love. But actually, we're preparing for something that we're not actually having to go to the shops and buy 101 different presents and that sort of thing. So I think it's important that we take our time, we pause, and we reflect, really. With the lack of the video, we might eventually get it working. But I think we shall move into a little bit of reflection. So we've asked Lisa this morning if she can just lead us in a little bit of reflection. And over the back of Lisa's reflection, you'll hear the song that we know so well, O Come, Emmanuel. That preparing for something bigger, for something coming. Saying that, it might not work, but we'll see what happens. So Lisa, if you'd just like to lead us now.
Prayer, if that's okay.
That works for me perfectly.
Right. Okay, so as a prayer, then we're going to Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Lord God, our light, be with us as we take this journey with you. Walk before us and lead the way so that we will not be distracted. Walk behind us so we may remain strong and rested during a season that can become too busy. Walk behind us, guarding us from the anxiety and stress that can be so difficult to endure, especially during this season that is meant to be one of joy and peace. As we move forward together, may we always keep our eyes on the promise of your Son, Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Believe it or not, I managed to get the music working just as we finished there.
All right.
But yes, thank you for that, Lisa. Yep. And I suppose it's important to know that we're quite busy over the next few weeks, aren't we? Sophie, do you want to tell us what's happening, particularly starting tomorrow night, really?
Yeah, so tomorrow starts our Explore Advent evenings. Now, if you have been following SYMT for a while, you'll know that normally in different liturgical seasons, we get out around the diocese, we do a lot of driving, and we visit a lot of different parishes and meet loads of great people. But this year, obviously, we are not able to meet you all in person, so we're inviting you to join us online in Tuesdays during Advent. So starting tomorrow, and then for the 3 Tuesdays after that as well, and we're going to have some more challenges, some reflection, some prayer, Mark will hopefully be joining us for some of that, and we will be going live from around the diocese, from different parishes, but we're just inviting you to join us online on our YouTube channel.
I tried to make that video work again, but it just didn't work at all for me. I don't know what's going on this morning. There's definitely a few bugs in the system at the start of Advent. Let's hope that tomorrow night that there isn't quite so many bugs with us. So just a reminder to everybody. That's not the one, it's not even there. Anyway, so we'll just make this up as we go along again, because that one's not there either. So, you can follow us on all of our social medias. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter, at Shrewsbury _YMT. It's just behind Sophie there. I was waiting for it to come across the screen, but it never arrived. Also, if you are on YouTube, Please do subscribe to us. We're nearly at 100 subscribers. In fact, I don't know if we're quite there yet. We're 208, Tom. 208. So we're waiting on our 100 subscriber. So please feel free, if you're watching this video and you haven't already done so, click that subscribe button. What that does is that rings a little bell, and you know when we go live. So that you can catch up with us next time. It is the start of Advent, and it is a time of great joy, hope, peace, and love for each one of us. And so today we wish you a very blessed Advent, and do take that time that we said. Take the time to pray, take the time to think, but also take the time to get out of the madness of buying presents and all that sort of thing as well. So take your time, enjoy Advent. What we'll do below this video, we'll post a couple of links. One to the Okamaka Manuel video that we were trying to use, and also the one to the skit guys that we were trying to use as well. And hopefully next time we'll have less issues. Thank you for joining the four of us, from Lisa, from Tom, from Sophie, and from myself. We hope you have a great week. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night. That'll be live 7:30. Down at Shrewsbury Cathedral, also live from my dining room table, but also looking forward to some of that little bit of a touring. So thank you for joining us this morning, and we look forward to seeing you same time next week.